What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I want to talk about this boost for Social Security. Now, this is a different plan. We haven't talked about this very much on this show, but there are some different things that are out there. We know we've heard the $200 raise for Social Security that was mentioned. We know a COLA will be unveiled in October, so we'll know the new COLA for 2022. But this is something that's a little bit different. It's based on COLA, but there's a little change that they want to make to the calculation. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please hit the like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified anytime we put out a video. And like always, I just want to remind you, if you see my name and a picture of me in the comment section, make sure you also see a check mark next to my name. That check mark signifies that it's me. If you do not see that check mark, it's not me. It's someone trying to impersonate me. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over to this article here. I just want to show you guys. And if you guys ever wonder how I do my videos, one of the things I do is I read a lot of articles. And what I generally do is I have an outline right next to the articles. So I take out the key bullet points and I usually do my videos like that. I'm going to show you guys that. So hopefully this will be a little better as far as the illustration. Rather than me just look at this article and we kind of go over it this way, at least you have some bullet points that you can kind of follow along. Now, this article here by Smart Asset, retirees could get a Social Security pay boost that reflects true costs. Now, this is very important to focus on because how they calculate COLA, they can change that. And the fight is, you have some politicians that are saying, look, we need to change how we calculate COLA for Social Security. So this bill, and the bill we'll talk about in a second, but what it wants to do is it wants to calculate Social Security in a different way. Okay, so the Fair COLA for Seniors Act of 2021 wants to use the Consumer Price Index for elderly. Okay, so that's CPIE. They want to use that instead of the CPIW. That's what they're currently using. And so when you take a look at the benefits of using the CPIE and why you would want to do that, the current COLA is calculated using the price index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. That's the CPIW that I just mentioned. Now, this is for wage earners. So because it's for wage earners, you want to focus on people who are on Social Security. They're not wage earners. They're no longer wage earners. Okay, so that is the big push for the reason why they want to use the CPIE. Okay, and the CPIE here uses the same formula and prices as current CPIW, but weights them for individuals and households age 62 and older. Okay, so the weight's a little bit different. They're going to be focused more on individuals who are elderly, individuals who are 62 and older. Okay, so that's the reason why they want to use the CPIE instead of the CPIW. Okay, and looking at some stats here, from 1982 to 2011, the CPIE rose an average of 3.1% compared to the CPIW, which rose 2.9%. Now, I know you're looking at this and you're saying, well, that's not a huge increase. They're relatively the same. But if you can be in a situation where you can target it even more so you can get a little bit more money out of it, it's a benefit. It's a win. And so right now you have this authored by Congressman John Garamendi of California, and he does have some support. Okay, he has about 24 House Democrats and 1 House Republican that are co-sponsors to this bill. Now, he didn't just announce this bill. This has been out for several months. So this is one of those situations where it just needs to gain more support. And that's what the focus is at this point. And the fact is, seniors spend more money on healthcare and housing costs. Okay, a vast majority of the money that they're spending are on these two things. Whereas when you're looking at the CPIW for wage earners, they're spending money on a lot of different things, but their main focus is not on healthcare, and it might not be housing as well, just depending on the situation. A lot of people who are younger, they're living, they might just rent out a room, or they might be in a situation where they're still living with their parents and things like that. So they might not be spending as much for housing. Okay, so the bottom line, just getting down to this, we are currently not using the best benchmark to calculate COLA for Social Security. That is the bottom line. We need to make some changes to that. Now, there are a lot of changes that need to happen when it comes to Social Security, and we all know that. We just got information a couple of days ago when it comes to Social Security and the trust fund. The trust fund will run out in 2034, not 2035. That was the anticipation. So it's 1 year less. And so we definitely need to make changes to Social Security. They're going to have to do something, because if you don't do anything, then now we're going to be looking at people having 25% less in Social Security benefits if we just allow it to go the way that it's going now. So some changes need to be made. This is one change that I think could definitely help people, because it will boost up the COLA for years to come. And so that's the reason why I wanted to focus on that today. Now, when it comes to October, we know they're going to come out with new COLA. They're going to be using the CPIW. They're not going to be using the CPIE. And so we're looking at, they're talking, it might be about 6%. That's what analysts are saying, right? The Social Security Administration has not come out with it yet, so we don't know exactly what it's going to be, but it looks like it could be around 6%. And so that will be good news for a lot of people when it comes to COLA. Now, one other thing I want to talk about, when we're looking at the two current bills that have been discussed, I don't see them making this change or adding this proposal to that second infrastructure bill. I think they kind of have exactly what they want when it comes to the second infrastructure bill. The blueprint is there. And so when it comes to adding more things, and I know this might upset some people, but when it comes to stimulus checks and things like that, they're not talking about it. Politicians are not talking about it right now. And we're looking at 3 weeks. They're 3 weeks away from voting on this. So you think you would be hearing something by now. So as of right now, the Garamendi bill, this CPIE instead of the CPIW, making that change, I think that's going to have to be something standalone after the fact. You do have one House Republican that is co-sponsoring this bill, so maybe they can get some support and make this a bipartisan bill. But that's the way that they're going to have to go about it. They're not going to be able to use reconciliation to do this. So that's where we are right now. I don't think it will be in that second infrastructure bill. We already know what's in the first infrastructure bill. That will be signed off September 27th. Now we're looking at the second infrastructure bill being signed off somewhere around that time, September 27th. And we haven't heard anything about adding this to that bill. So that's where we are right now. If you guys have any questions, post them down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.